Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will go through the plugin SDK, understand what every plugin is made of, and build one from scratch, live. Before writing any code, it is worth asking, do I actually need a custom plugin? If a marketplace plugin handles the task, use that. If an MCP connector can call the API you need, use that. A custom plugin makes sense in three specific scenarios. First, when a company has internal tools or APIs that are simply not in the marketplace. Second, when the processing logic is proprietary and cannot be exposed through a public plugin. And third, when a task repeats constantly but no existing plugin handles it the exact way your workflow requires. If you have explored both connectors and skills and still have a gap, that is your signal to build. Every Co-work plugin, whether from the marketplace or built by you, is made of same four parts. The manifest file declares the plugin's identity and tells Co-work what permissions it needs. The tool definitions tell Co-work what the plugin can be called, for this is what gets matched against the task during execution. The schema defines the exact shape of data going in and coming out. Co-work needs this to pass the right inputs and read the right outputs. And the runtime handler is the actual code that runs when Co-work invokes the plugin. Together, these four files make a complete invocable plugin. Here is what we are building. The PDF Watermarker plugin takes a PDF file, a logo image, a position preference, stamps the logo on every page, and saves the watermarked output to a specified folder. It is a simple but genuinely useful plugin. Every company that produces branded documents needs this kind of stamping at some point, and it is not available out of the box in Co-work. By the end of this video, you will have a working version of this plugin running locally. Here are the four files that make up the PDF Watermarker plugin. The manifest declares the name and the two permissions it needs, file read and file write. The tool definition gives the plugin a name, a human-readable description, and the trigger keywords Co-work uses to match it to relevant tasks. The input schema defines the four things Co-work must pass in: the PDF path, the logo path, the position, and the output path. And the handler is the Python function that does the actual work: open the PDF, overlay the logo on every page, and save the result. The full implementation goes in the handler, and we will fill that in during the live build. Never publish a plugin without testing it in all three phases. First, unit test. The handler in isolation run it directly with the sample file and confirm the output is correct before Co-work is involved at all. Second, load it into Co-work in local mode, go to Customize and Plugins, then load local plugin and point it at your plugin folder. Run the test prompt on screen and confirm Co-work involves the plugin correctly and passes the right inputs. Third, test edge cases. What happens if the PDF is password protected? What happens if the logo path is wrong? Your handler should flag these cleanly rather than failing silently. Once your plugin is tested and working locally, submitting it to the marketplace is a four-step process. First, zip the entire plugin folder, all four files together. Second, go to the Anthropic developer portal, find the submit plugin form, upload the zip, and fill in the display name, category, and description. Third, Anthropic's review team checks three things: that the permissions you declared in the manifest match what the code actually uses, that the schema is accurate, and that the handler does not contain anything unsafe. Fourth, once approved, your plugin appears in the marketplace. The review typically takes 5 to 10 business days, and you will receive email updates at each stage. So for this hands-on, you have to go to the Claude Co-work, then click on the Customize. Since we are creating a new plugin, you can also use /plugin creator that we already have in a directory. So now we'll build a custom Co-work plugin called PDF Watermarker. This plugin will automatically stamp a logo watermark on every page of a PDF. So let's go to our Claude Co-work. Over here, you can see I've given the Claude Co-work a prompt. Every Co-work plugin starts with a plugin workspace. Co-work automatically creates a plugin folder structure for us. Inside the Co-work chat, we have pasted a prompt: create a custom Co-work plugin called PDF Watermarker. The plugin should stamp a logo watermark on every page of a PDF, except PDF file path, logo image path, watermark position, output folder. Save the final branded PDF automatically. Then generate the plugin.json, tools.json, schema definition. Use Python for the runtime handler. Instead of manually coding everything, we use Claude to generate the plugin structure automatically. You can see how it generated the plugin.json file, tools.json file, and schema.json. These are the four code parts of every Co-work plugin: manifest file, tool definition, input schema, and the runtime handler. First, let's look at plugin.json. This manifest registers the plugin with Co-work and declares the permissions. Now, let's look at the tools.json. You can see how different tools are defined with different properties. This defines the tool Co-work can invoke during the task. The schema basically defines what the inputs the plugin expects from the user or workflow. Now, let's go to the handler. This Python runtime contains the actual watermarking logic. We have received a PDF, but now how do I input that particular logo onto the PDF? You can see how the files have been created. The plugin has been generated. Now we'll save the plugin. We are basically saving the plugin for our future use. Now in order to run locally, you can directly call plugin from here, PDF Watermarker. As you can see, I have selected the watermark PDF. Now you can directly input your PDF file and it will give you a PDF logo. You can see after calling the plugin, you can directly input your PDF file and the output will be generated. Before publishing, always test locally to verify the watermark appears correctly. After testing, we package the plugin and submit it for marketplace review. This plugin can now be reused in automated workflows for branding documents at scale. Now let's go back to our slides. Here's a range of what teams actually build custom plugins for. Internal CRM connectors for proprietary databases that have no public API, custom report generators that format output to exact company templates, compliance checkers that validate documents against internal policies before they leave the organization, brand asset stampers like the one we just built, watermarking, logo stamping, or appending footers to any file type at scale, and legacy system bridges for older internal tools that predate modern APIs. The pattern across all of them is the same. A manual step that repeats frequently enough to justify one-time build. So, here is the key takeaway from this video. Build a custom plugin when the marketplace cannot fill your specific capability gap. Every plugin follows the same 4-file structure: manifest, tools, schema, and handler. Always test locally in all 3 phases before you submit. The review process checks that your declared permissions match your actual code. And the best use cases are always the same: internal tools, proprietary logic, and workflows that repeat often enough to justify a one-time build. That wraps up the entire plugin series. In the next module, we move into Claude Dispatch. That's it for this video. You now have the complete picture of how to extend Co-work at every level. Connectors for API, skills for prompt logic, and plugins for runtime capabilities. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.